Vážení prítomní, drahé Slovenky, drahí Slováci,
Dear guests, dear Slovaks, all citizens of the Slovak Republic, allow me to greet you in this pre-Christmas period and wish you all the best. Let's get straight to the point. This part of the highway, Lietavska Lučka, Dubna Skala, Vratanie, Tunnel, Višňové, is literally a blessing for this region, for the whole of Slovakia. It is a heavenly blessing. We can say a lot of bad things about it, but the fact is that this part of the highway will definitely be inherited by the Slovak public. I would like to connect this tunnel and this part of the highway with 3 words: people, stories, and emotions. I will start with people. If you know what is going on in the traffic under Strechno, every morning or every day, 20,000 vehicles from that quarter of the trucks pass. So we can all imagine what a huge burden it will be for this region and for the people who travel this way. Speaking of people, we need to think about several generations of employees in various companies who contributed to the preparation, but also to the implementation of this building. I would like to personally raise the representatives of the Ministry of Transport and the National Railway Company. Mr. Minister, you will certainly confirm to me that when we met at the introduction to the government in 2023, I told you that you will not focus on politics. You will not think like Bamka Pinkaskova. You will focus on what is your duty, that is, to build roads, to build highways, to build railways. What is your life's job? And we will all help you with that. And today we can say that Slovakia is pleasantly divided, because under the division we usually have negative emotions. In the last 2.5 years, many important steps have been taken. Let's look up at Kisuse, D3, Tvrdosin. Let's look at what has been done in Mitna, Krivan, which we recently opened. We have the Ružomberka shop in a few months. We have other important buildings that were built in eastern Slovakia. I just don't know, Mr. Minister, whether we should dissolve the Ministry of Public Health, because it is not possible for someone in such a strategic building as D1 to make such a decision that prevents us from continuing the pace we have set. We will have to take this issue seriously. Mr. Minister, Mr. Chairman of the NDS, you have my full support. I guarantee you that if I go to the European Council, I will not vote to send military loans to Ukraine, so that Slovakia is part of these crazy plans. We need money here at home in Slovakia. We have something to build. I believe that together with the Ministry of Finance, we will find resources in 2026 that will enable the Ministry of Transport to pull various projects out of the rubble that are sufficiently prepared. I mentioned people, stories, and emotions. This building is connected with a huge number of stories, both good and bad. It is mainly connected with a large number of very bad political decisions. Namely, in 2010-2012, when 2 perfect PPP projects were prepared, they were just as good as the PPP project with which we built the R1, with an internal direction to Banska Bystrica. However, political decisions prevailed, political thinking prevailed, and this period, 2010 to 2012, was critical and significantly marked the course of the construction of this building. There are banners here that confirm that when a person enters the underground, the ground is protected. And then sometimes we see the Banska Bystrica, which we consider as a debt that we sometimes have to pay the ground. This building was also protected by a huge amount of water. We were simply facing problems not only of a political and financial nature, but also of the stories that are built about this building in advance when it comes to the projects of the Slovak railway network. Well, emotions. People, stories, emotions. We haven't even opened the tunnel yet, and there are already all kinds of emotions around it. We read all kinds of nonsense. For God's sake, people, let's enjoy things. Let's enjoy the fact that we won't have to walk under the roof. Let's enjoy the fact that we have another 15 kilometers of railway network. We can criticize whatever we want, but the fact is that we have completed this project to such an extent that we can hand it over to the Slovak public in the afternoons, and I'm really looking forward to it. I don't know if you noticed, but I asked my colleagues if I could do something quite typical. I got here in the morning, I took my wheelchair, and I went through the tunnel on my wheelchair. It's terribly cold there. Please don't go there, Camille. But it's a beautiful thing. A beautiful thing, and when you go through it alone, without the help of other people, you realize that everything is possible with the help of human hands. Let's continue to use human hands. Let's continue to use what helps Slovakia and not what harms Slovakia. Long live the Slovak Republic. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Thank you for your attention.
Poďme naďalej používať rozum, ľudské ruky, fortiel našich ľudí. Poďme naďalej používať to, čo tomuto Slovensku pomáha a nie to, čo tomuto Slovensku škodí. Nech žije Slovenská republika, krásne Vianoce a šťastný nový rok. Ďakujem, že ste ma pozvali.